this year, but they had a problem with Nate Parker.
Yeah, you're right, and that happens, and then you get Moonlight, you get Hidden Figures, you get Fences. There's some other movies out there that probably could have been part of that conversation, but it's really great that these people told their stories. I mean, hopefully next year there'll be even more, or there'll be stories by women of color to get their things out there. I don't expect what's the name of the horror movie that's out right now?
Oh, Get Out.
Get Out. Get Out ain't gonna be
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet,
Okay.
but I plan to see it. That's a whole nother story.
Wait, what?
I think it's great that movie is doing everything that it's doing, and people are loving it and they're feeling it,
and some hating it, and
well, we know who hates it, but the thing in my mind is, I know the young brother is in the movie, and he's British, so there are a lot of black British actors that work
all
in the country.
Time.
All the time. So I tend to wonder, what would that movie have been with an American brother who really understands that in a way? Because, I mean, Daniel grew up in a country where, they've been interracial dating for 100 years, Britain's, there's only about like 8 real white people left in Britain. The rest of them, mixed. So what would a brother from America have made of that role? And I'm sure the director helped, and, some things are universal, but everything ain't.
That's right.
Which is one of the things about Selma and some other things. I go, well, there's some brothers from America that could have been in that movie that would have, had a different idea about how that works, or about how King thinks, or about
what
how
is that
King
casting
felt,
thing where you get the British black actor versus the American black actor to play the black? What is that?
They're cheaper than us for one thing.
Huh.
They don't cost as much.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay.
In an interesting way, unless you're, unknown brother that they find in somewhere. And they think they're better trained for some reason than we are, because they're classically trained. I don't know what the love affair is with all of that. It's all good. Everybody needs to work, but there's a lot of brothers here that need to work too.
Yeah.
Right.
I always wondered that. I didn't know if that was just happenstance, but me, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so
They come here because, there are more opportunities, and they actually get paid when they work here. They make more money in this country than they do in that country, which is fine. I mean, how long did it take you to figure out, Striker Bell wasn't, just a brother from Baltimore?
Right.
Until you heard
Stringer,
you heard Idris talking, you go,
wait a minute.
Hold up. For real?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is King Narrative. You just heard the Hot 97 interview of Sam Jackson, basically talking about how black British actors are taking over in the American film industry. It's 2 points that I want to touch upon, which is the what I seen in the comments. A guy told me that black Americans feel, entitled, like someone owes us something. The normal criticisms that we get from foreign folks, whether they're black or not. And I think that's a very ignorant criticism, simply based on the contributions we've had globally, and for people from other countries to come into this country. Black America had set that pavement for people to have their dreams come true, for to have some type of betterment for life, for your family. That's us that paved their way with civil rights. And a lot of foreigners, they don't look into the history of black America. It's just that for some reason we have to conform to their history and their ideology and us knowing about them. But when it comes to us, it just seems like they don't have to know about us and our history. Therefore, they're very dismissive of the things that we've contributed to this country when it comes to making way or busting down doors for other people. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of black British actors. It's like they're very dismissive of the contributions, or just black British folks in general is what I'm seeing in the comment section, where they're very dismissive of things that we've contributed to Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood started off in a negative connotation. Birth of a Nation was its first film where it's had a portrayal of black people in a negative light, whether we were murderers, rapists, robbers, you name it, everything that's negative in the book that has been portrayed among us for years. And it just seems like they don't even know that. I'm pretty sure not a lot of foreigners don't know that history. Therefore, the context gets skewed when we talk about this stuff. And the thing is, when it comes to black British actors, is that many of them are taking upon roles that many black Americans can take upon. Another point is the black British actors, or just British actors in general, are classically trained. Therefore, they're more fit and much more better for the role, which I completely disagree with, because you have great schools that are that train people in theatrics here in the U.S., like Juilliard in New York, very prominent art school that teaches people that great acting. Now the thing is, many of the black Americans don't get these roles because they get denied, or it's just certain films that we won't take because it's a certain portrayal, therefore we don't take them. And black British actors and actresses, on the other hand, they might take these roles because they don't understand the context and the history of certain roles. I mean, look at the slave films over the past 8 to 9 years, and who's in them. Most lead roles have been by foreign blacks, not people that's not us, that's black American, that's descendants of slaves from the South per se. It hasn't been us, it's been foreign blacks. And Sam Jackson, I don't see anything that he said offensive that would make people want to go off on him just simply based on his right of his opinion. I mean, that is his opinion. I don't too much pull that opinion card. I love dealing with facts, but he does have a right to his opinion. But his opinion is an actual fact if you really, analyze and observe. Many black British actors and actresses really are taking over the American film industry, whether they're white or black. But I think with the black British actors is that many, white film directors or just, CEOs of film companies, they feel more comfortable with you guys because it's a different mindset when it comes to diaspora people, the African diaspora, whether you're from the Americas, the continent, the UK, somewhere in Asia. It's a different mindset. We have different mindsets. Like the reactionary, reaction to racism is very different. Now, some of you guys, some people outside of America, they on point on, their spidey sense on racism. But sometimes I've seen, in actuality where, someone would do something, that's not black American ain't gonna go for that. But, foreign black folks, they like, like they're very confused and docile about the situation. And this is why I think that many directors go for these black British actors, because there's a different mindset. There's a psychological profile compared to a black American actor. But, that's just my take on it. King Narrative out.